Snipers have always been a unique and perhaps the most controversial group of soldiers. German paratrooper Roland Borteko, who fought in Bosnia, explained that even their fellow soldiers often avoided and looked down upon snipers because for the regular soldier, a sniper was like a thorn in the side that could sting at any moment. If the threat of a tank is visible, audible, and understood, a sniper can strike from anywhere and at any time, often when no one expects it. This unpredictability is both a source of resentment and admiration. For the soldier in the field, a sniper can be an unsettling presence. Today, we're going to do something unusual. Instead of experiencing a day in the life of a sniper, we will remember some of the most legendary and often lesser-known snipers in history, listen to their stories, and learn about the lives of these remarkable individuals from first-hand accounts. Let's start with some theory. The word sniper itself comes from the British term snipe, which is a type of bird. The roots of this profession go back to India, where British soldiers at the end of the 18th century organized mini competitions among hunters. The snipe bird was considered one of the most challenging targets due to its coloring, agility, and unpredictable flight behavior. At that time, rifles were not very advanced, and hitting a snipe with them required genuine marksmanship. As we move closer to the mid-19th century, the term sniper expanded beyond hunting and marksmanship competitions to include military sharpshooters. The Germans played a significant role in shaping this term. Their word, Scharfschütze, had long referred to skilled marksmen. The British needed their own term, and sniper replaced the older sharpshooter while spreading to other languages. Of course, accurate shooting existed long before the advent of rifles. History contains records of Mongol archers making incredibly long-distance shots of over 150 meters, which was remarkable for their time. However, we will focus on snipers in the relatively modern sense of the word. One of the earliest known snipers can be considered Mr. Timothy Murphy, whose monument stands in New York City to this day. During the American War of Independence, rifles were relatively novel. It's worth noting that the events of this war took place around 30 years before the Napoleonic Wars. The weaponry of that time was far from advanced, and the Ferguson rifle, capable of firing 6 shots per minute, was considered a technological marvel. During the presentation of its long-range capabilities, they were shooting targets at a distance of 200 meters, which was considered an incredible result at the time. Our friend Timothy, armed with this device, participated in the Battle of Saratoga, near New York, where British forces sought to crush the rebel forces. Among the 1,000 elite marksmen, Timothy achieved a significant victory for the supporters of independence, making history by killing 2 British military leaders. He first took down Sir Francis Clark from a distance of 300 meters, and later, from the same distance, he shot General Simon Fraser. These 2 shots made a significant contribution to the course of the battle. Given the quality of the firearms Timothy used, his achievement seems astonishing. John Plaster, a sniper instructor in the United States and a Vietnam veteran, considers Timothy's shots to be the most technically advanced in history, considering the equipment available at the time. It's hard to argue with him. The next chapter in the history of snipers is also associated with the United States, more specifically, with Britain's short-sightedness. During the Crimean War in the mid-19th century, British gunsmith Joseph Whitworth noticed that many soldiers were attempting to mount glass sights on their rifles to make their task easier. Whitworth designed an extraordinary rifle and named it after himself. In 1860, during a presentation, Queen Victoria hit the bullseye from a distance of 400 meters, and professional marksmen were hitting their targets from 800 meters, which was a revolution compared to our previous guest. However, the British military declined to adopt Whitworth's rifle. Disheartened, Whitworth sold it to France and the Confederate States of America. In the American Civil War, snipers armed with Whitworth rifles achieved a significant number of kills. Generals John Reynolds, John Sedgwick, William Little, and many other senior officers were killed by shots from extreme distances. For instance, Sedgwick was taken down by an anonymous sniper from 910 meters. Interestingly, just before his death, John stated that the enemy wouldn't be able to hit an elephant from that distance. Later, the British would eventually employ snipers, but they would once again falter in World War I. The stage would now be set for legendary German Mausers and the traditional German military genius. The Germans realized that in trench warfare, snipers could be advantageous for punishing inquisitive fools. Initially, the British and French attributed their losses to random shots, but they later recognized the need for snipers. However, the Canadians were the ones who did it best. armed with Ross rifles fitted with Canadian-made optics. These men inflicted considerable damage in World War I. Philip MacDonald had 70 confirmed kills, Henry Norwest had 100, and Francis Pegamagabo had 378. He holds the record for confirmed kills during World War I. It's worth noting that German snipers were more numerous, and overall they can be considered the winners. The British once again emerged as the winners in the competition for the best rifle. Their new Lee Enfield rifle is often considered the best firearm in history by many historians. Its rapid-fire capability, excellent optics, and incredible accuracy ensured that it remained in service for over 100 years. But the real pinnacle of sniping, naturally, was the Second World War. If snipers were still a novelty in the First World War, the technological progress and the scale of the largest conflict in history took the art of elimination to a new level. However, it all began a bit earlier with a man nicknamed White Death. Finnish sniper Simo Häyhä was a true nightmare for the Red Army during the Soviet-Finnish War of 1939-1940. Simo had excelled in marksmanship from a young age, and in just 3 months on the front lines, etched his name into history. Using a modified Mosin rifle, which the Finns adapted to their needs, he reportedly scored 505 or 542 successful hits. According to Simo himself, this level of success was due to his training. In battle, he didn't use optics and aimed with open sights, employing various tricks. For example, he held snow in his mouth to avoid giving away his position with breath vapor. Simo also froze the snow under his rifle to prevent it from kicking up after a shot. It's worth noting that the accuracy of Simo's count is hotly debated. Unlike most snipers, all of Simo's numbers are based on his own words. Nevertheless, in terms of effectiveness, he remains one of the most skilled snipers in history. Matthias Hetzenauer, who served as a corporal in the 144th Mountain Rifle Division of the Wehrmacht, could challenge him. In the Second World War, just like in the First, the Germans widely employed snipers, and the 144th Division was exceptional in this regard. It had 2 highly successful German sharpshooters, Josef Allerberger with 255 confirmed hits and Matthias with 345. Matthias joined the army at the age of 17 even before he turned 18, and only by July 1944, he acquired the position of a sniper. Matthias's weapons were the pinnacle of military technology of the time. The Mauser 98K with a 6-fold scope and the semi-automatic Gewehr 43 with a 4-fold scope are rifles that would make any sniper's mouth water even today. Matthias is one of the few soldiers to be awarded the Knight's Cross, the highest German military decoration. However, he can't be called the greatest sniper of all time, as the overwhelming majority of rankings, including our own, would place Vasily Zaitsev at the top. While his official tally is 242 hits, which is less than some individuals on the list, there are several factors that make Vasily a great marksman. Firstly, even before receiving a sniper rifle, Zaitsev killed 32 enemy soldiers with a wooden 3-line rifle, which German specialists would use at best as a stand. Joking aside, the rifle is good, but, to put it mildly, not a standard-issue sniper weapon, which didn't stop Vasily from taking down 3 German soldiers from a distance of 800 meters. These shots are serious contenders for the title of the best hits in history, and after getting a sniper rifle, Zaitsev was unstoppable. In just 1.5 months in Stalingrad, Vasily eliminated 225 enemy soldiers and officers, 11 of whom were snipers. The duel between Vasily and the German sniper school chief, Heinz Thorwald, became legendary and was even adapted into the movie Enemy at the Gates. Why do we consider Vasily the best? Well, at least because the conditions he worked in were probably the harshest among all the individuals on this list. Meat grinders like the Battle of Stalingrad are unparalleled in history. Soldiers there typically survived only a few days. To simply survive in this hellish environment required incredible skills, and to shoot while remaining undetected was next to impossible. The positions of American snipers in Iraq were precisely determined using GPS and satellites. However, choosing a location in Stalingrad required the instincts of a predator, which Vasily undoubtedly possessed. Moreover, he shot with a rifle equipped with a 4-fold scope, while someone like Heinz Thorwald had the advantage of German engineering with a 10-fold scope. In our times, the art of sniping has reached a cosmic level. In terms of absolute results, what our contemporaries achieve is incredible. The Texas guys from Hill Country Rifle hit their target from a distance of 3,475 meters with 90% accuracy on a target with a diameter of 90 centimeters. In combat conditions, an unnamed Canadian sniper hit a target from a distance of 3,540 meters using a Macmillan TAC-50 rifle. However, times have changed, and it's more of a competition among modern masters of weaponry. So, we finished our historical overview. We hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next videos, friends.